I've never heard it past liar, liar, pants on fire. So, all right, here we go. We got YouTube up and running. So, all right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a special 5 p.m. edition of Top Rope Report here on TikTok Live and YouTube. I'm your host, the illustrious Mr. Trivia. Joining me every week, my co-host, my tag team partner, my best friend, the best in the business, the Noster Greg. Greg, what's going on? All right, we got Great American Bash and Evolution to recap.
So recapping Great American Bash and Evolution. Reason why it's just me and Mike, for those of you that don't know, DJ, as he stated in our prediction show, doesn't really follow NXT, so it didn't really make sense for him to review Great American Bash. And he is literally on his way home from work right now, which is a 45-minute drive, so he wouldn't get home in time to do an Evolution recap, so that's why it is just me and Mike.
All righty. So, if you're all set, we can get ready to go. Get started.
All right. Sorry, what was that?
I said we can go get started.
Okay. All right. All right, there we go. All set now. All right. Well, first we're going to start with the Great American Bash. And in anything and everything, I will lead off. Sherman will lead off for Evolution. The Great American Bash came from the Center Stage Theater in Atlanta, Georgia. It was one of three they had this weekend in Atlanta, Georgia. The Great American Bash started off with a matchup of Javon Evans and Jasper Troy. As I stated, I lead off, and I was a little nervous for Jasper Troy in this matchup. Not that Javon Evans is a seasoned veteran, but he knows how things go. We've seen this kid who's 21 years old now, or 20 still. He started at 19, he's now 21, so you've been able to watch him develop. So I really wanted to see Jasper Troy, how he was able to perform live events in thousands, not hundreds, like he does at Performance Center, and I think he did pretty well. I don't want to say that it was that Javon Evans should have put Jasper Troy over, but I kind of wish he would have. I was confused that Javon Evans beat Jasper Troy. There's a match. Javon Evans kind of being in control for the majority of the bout. To me, it was very, very confusing how they're pushing. I mean, we go from Jasper Troy to pushing over to his limits to either be dominated by Javon Evans, but other than that, this was a good matchup. It's just Javon Evans is on his way to a big push. Whether he's going to be the one that eventually gets to rise to the top, I definitely see a North American title here. And this is a good, solid, exciting matchup. A little bit of Jasper Troy's power, but really was, a showcase for Javon Evans. I give it a big power for it. I gave it a solid B.
All right. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, guys. Let's go. Let's tap that screen. Come on. Yeah, I thought this was a great way to start off Great American Bash. I go back to the Dusty Rhodes era for Great American Bash. So every time they mention it, I definitely look forward to watching it. But yeah, it was a good good match, a good opening match to start it off. Jasper Troy is the season 1 winner of LFG. He does have a very good match under his belt against Obafemi. And like Greg said, he has a good match against Obafemi, then goes by and then ends up getting dominated by Javon Evans. But Javon Evans is the type of guy that really isn't good for Jasper Troy because he's too quick. Jasper Troy can't catch all of them. Jasper Troy is kind of like a ground and pound type guy. And, I enjoyed watching this match. I thought it was a good way to start off the Great American Bash. Glad they started with this match. I gave it a B+.
Okay. After that, we then went to the next matchup, which was a singles matchup for the NXT Women's North American title, as it was Sol Ruca with Zarya in her corner, taking on Izzy Dane, who had Tatum Paxley in her corner. Trev, you're up first.
Yep, yeah, this was a pretty good match. Sol Ruca, the women's North American champion. Izzy Dane she's still not there yet. I mean, she's looking better and better in the ring every week. I'm getting impressed with her more and more every week. She'll probably have a mid-card title around her waist probably by the end of the year. And, but yeah, I mean, Sol Ruca is just, a really, really good athlete in the ring. The woman is just phenomenal. I think she's phenomenal in the ring. And I'm not saying that because I like her as eye candy. But I just think that she's real good in the ring. I like this match. I thought it was good. I think the right person won. Then Zarya, Tatum Paxley tried to get involved a little bit, and then Zarya kind of ran around the ring and almost killed her with a spear. But other than that, that was about the extent of interference in that match. I gave it a B-.
Oh, well, you're talking. I thought you were going to give it an A-. Yeah, I mean, I think so. I'll agree with you. Sol Ruca is very talented. One thing I do find very interesting, I think I pointed out before, is of all the wrestlers, whether it be male or female, that have had to have any type of surgery to their knee, she's the only one that no longer wears a knee brace. So that just shows you the confidence she has in her ability to move that she does. And she's very, very, very talented. Yes, she's been in WWE and wrestling for 2 years, but she's not only been getting focused on in the last year. So, just, from the first time we saw her to when we saw her now, I think they're going to play her off as her team actually can be a good pair as a tag team because you got the power and the speed. And in the Izzy game, she delivers her power moves rather well. She's not going to go there out wrestling. She's going to go there out powering because it's the way she's going to be in. I think also obviously retaining, just building her resume, make her transition from NXT to the main roster a little bit more seamless. And I almost agree with you. I actually like this a little more because I was a little bit more Izzy was doing. I think we're going to get it. We're going to get it so Ruca regardless. So I actually gave it a B.
All right.
All right. After that, we went to an Anything Goes Falls Count Anywhere matchup for the men's North American title, as was Ethan Page defending against Ricky Starks. I lead off for this, and I know AEW had a pretty rival this weekend in Houston, and while things happened there, Andy Apple returned, Riley returned, and all kinds of this and that and this. Well, this was two former AEW wrestlers in NXT, the WWE, right? And he gets criticized sometimes, Ron, where wrestlers to kind of go and do some crazy things. I'm lying. There were some fucking crazy things, pardon my French, in this matchup that we don't normally see. And I was all for it. Um, the way these guys just really beat the crud out of each other, I'm not to be shocked that we don't see either one of them tomorrow night on NXT and give them each another week off. Because there were some things that they did to each other in this match that a human being shouldn't have to do. I mean, other than the normal, beating each other up, two specific to steel chairs. One, each two chairs set up back to back. Page was kind of flipped over and landed on it. Now it was where his feet hit the mat first, and then he hit the chairs. He squarely, center of his back, landed on those two backs of those chairs. And then later in the match, there were four chairs set up with the bottoms facing each other, and Ethan Page was thrown through. No hitting ground versus right into the chair, into the chairs. They then went out of the ring and this and that and this, and Ethan Page wound up getting the victory with, heels each off of the stage through two tables on the floor that had to be 10 feet in the air. 2 seconds later, Ethan Page won, retained his title, and what's next for both these guys, hopefully we'll see soon, was this kind of Ethan Page's or Ricky Saints swan song to NXT, now headed to the main roster. We'll have to see, but I really enjoyed this match. So as of then, I'd give it a solid B+.
Okay. Yeah, I enjoyed this match. I thought it was really good. I can't emphasize enough how exactly right you were about a lot of those moves. I mean, when he hit that chair, oh my God, my back was killing me after that happened with the backs that were back to back with each other. But I think the most impressive one was when he threw him off the stage right through those tables. It's like, oh my God, I think he just killed him. And then he just had enough sense to crawl on over and get on top of him for the 3 count. And I really don't think that we've seen the last of Ricky Saints and Ethan Page yet.
I hope we do. What else can you do, man? How much worse? I mean, you have a false count. Well, how do they name it? Anything goes false count anywhere match. How can you top that?
Yeah, true.
A match you have to top that.
True. But I enjoyed this. I thought this one was the best match on the card. I was glad that I was able to see this match. Hopefully we'll see one more. If not, well, then bring them up to the main roster. I gave it an A.
Okay. Backstage, you saw Ricky Saints walking around, and he ran into Jasper Troy, who delivered a black hole slam to Ricky Saints. Maybe that's foreshadowing to what's next for both Jasper Troy and Ricky Saints. After that, we then went to the main event of the evening. It was a TNA Championship match, contract signing. With the TNA champion, Trick Williams, Anna and Joe Henry all in the ring to sign a contract. Trev, unfortunately, you're up first for this one.
All right. No Wayne Hayes. There's no AEW All-In talk. Yeah, I got nothing out of this. Nothing out of this contract signing. It's just You know, those three guys in a triple threat match going for the TNA title. Joe Hendry, Mike Santana, and Trick Williams. I mean, I think the best part about it was when they picked him up and slammed him through the table. That was the only thing about it I liked, really. Um, I think all three of them were good on the mic, so that kind of made the promo a little bit more interesting. But yeah, I really didn't care much for this. I gave it a C minus.
Well, when we first talked about this, you gave this a B. What changed your mind?
Because I resaw it and I thought it was terrible.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, what really kind of surprises me is Trick Williams obviously is a heel, and he still gets the babyface reactions from entrants. It's almost like I started one said Rollins, I think they need to change his music. They need to work that trick shit so Booker T can stop singing it and stop hyping him up. Said, when they were every time that they were talking, was I'm the main carrying two brands, let's talk about it. As the fans were yelling and chanting, work that trick. So whether they're playing favorites to Trick Williams because it's an NXT crowd and these are two quote-unquote invaders of TNA, I don't know. Trick Williams said something to Mike Santana, which this isn't about making people believe or making promises to your daughter. When he was talking about what Santana was saying would motivate you to win. But yeah, I mean, what I don't understand is why an NXT premium we're wasting time with the main event of a TNA Slammiversary. NXT, what do I care?
Right.
So that's what I like about. So that's the one thing I thought was useless. After the segment, Dark State came out and laid out the challengers, and later in the evening, Eva was asking Trick Williams if he has anything to do with Dark State. He was like, no, well, they beat me down too, and now we have a 6-man tag match with Joe Hendry, Mike Santana, and Trick Williams going up against Dark State. Like, that's not a disaster in the way that.
Right.
I thought this was okay, gave it a C.
All right. Thank you for tuning in, Shannon.
All right, after that, we went to the NXT Championship match where it was Oba Femi defending against Yoshiki Inamura. I get to lead off with this one. And once again, I've even mentioned it, they say it once and over. This was Oba Femi's biggest challenge yet. And yes, it was. This was, as Shane would say, a banger. It was a battle of big men that exceeded, expectations. Inamura, passed the big E test of big meaty men slapping meat. We even had to the point of, the two big men would beat each other up. Where later in the match, Josh Briggs attempted to take advantage of a referee bump. Trying to give Inamura the title. Inamura wanted nothing to do with it. Didn't want anything to do winning that way. And after that, it was a fall from grace for the win over Penny. We talked a lot about over Penny. And he has one of the best spine busters in wrestling right now. He really does. Just the torque and the speed that he does get, that he slams these people down is really good. But this was the best that Inamura looked under the WWE umbrella. And now you see, to retreat Vision Inamura, we'll have to see what happens. But I really love this. I did this. I said, match right behind the B plus.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Inamura looked really good. I mean, at one point, I actually thought he was going to win the match, and then Josh Briggs trying to get involved as much as he could, trying to guide Inamura to go, hey, now's the time, And Inamura, he didn't want to he didn't want to take the shortcut. He wanted to try and win it fair and square. But yeah, I enjoyed this match. I thought it was good. Great job done by both guys. I would love to see another match between these two. And yeah, I mean, that's about all I can say with this. I mean, Inamura definitely deserved to be in the ring with Obafemi. So they did not disappoint this at all. I gave this a B plus.
Okay. And then after that, we then did go to the actual main event of the evening, as it was a tag team matchup, pitting the matchup of Fatal Influences, Fallon Henley, and the NXT Women's Champion, Jacy Jayne, against Jordynne Grace and Blake Monroe. Blake Monroe is making her in-ring debut. Trib, you're up first.
Well, this was the match that, for me, it was pretty decent. I mean, it was Blake Monroe's first appearance in a WWE ring. For most people who don't know, Blake Monroe was Mariah May in AEW, and yeah, she teamed up with Jordynne Grace. I thought they had a pretty decent team going there. Thought I had a pretty good match. Fatal Influence is just great as a team. I mean, whether it's Jacy Jayne or whether it's Fallon Henley, yeah, okay, Fallon Henley. We don't see much of Jasmine Nix, but I just think that they're a good team, and I enjoyed this match. And Mariah May, I mean, Mariah May, excuse me, Blake Monroe, Blake Monroe. Once she gets the seasoning in there in WWE ring, gets used to everything, because we all know, no two organizations are alike. Everybody does different things in different organizations. But yeah, I think she'll be just fine. And I thought this was a good match. I gave it a B.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, did she get to showcase some things that she can do? Yes. But in reference to Blake Monroe, still not a huge fan of Jordynne Grace. I really just think she's all muscle. She's not that talented of a wrestler. She does do some things that maybe somebody her muscular build shouldn't be able to do. But still not a huge fan of her. Which, not buying what she's selling. But I think what we're really going to see what Blake Monroe can do is when she's truly in a ring by herself, putting out a 10 to 12 minute match on her own. And, they teased, her dissension in the ranks with Fatal Influence. Had appeared, not to join Jacy Jayne in the ring before the match started. And, and Jordynne Grace obviously never worked together before. Blake Monroe came from AEW. Jordynne Grace obviously from TNA. And, really, had a little bit of teamwork. We had a little thing in there where Masha Stanovic, the TNA Women's Champion, got involved, got a little altercation with Jasmine Nix. Kind of interested to see where that may go. I do believe that the winner of Jordynne Grace and was going to be taking Masha Stanovic. I remember seeing that here somewhere, so I guess Jacy Jayne can be JC 2 votes. I don't know. But I thought this was an okay match. I give it a B.
Okay. So overall,
I'll give it a B. Not wasn't the best NXT Premium Live NFC, but definitely wasn't the worst. But it could have been a little better. Contract signing in the middle was the only thing that really I struggled.
yep.
Not to give B minus because of that, but taking that out of consideration, I'll give it a solid B.
Yep. Yeah, me too. The only thing I didn't like was the contract signing. Other than that, I thought it was a good show. Kudos to NXT for putting on another Great American Bash, and we'll see what's going to happen with them on tomorrow. With tomorrow, Ariana, thanks for the follow. All right, that was our Great American Bash recap. So right now we are going to go to our Evolution recap, our all women's premium live event, the second one they've had since I believe the first one was 2018.
Yes, it was.
And this is the second one. All women premium live event, even the referees, all females. So if we're ready to go, we can go.
And both Michael Cole and Wade Barrett had their panties out for this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as Trivia said, this was a Evolution Premium Live event held from the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. And as I stated, Trivia will be leading us off. And Evolution. As Wade Barrett kept saying, oh man, I wanted to reach you the screen and slap him. Evolution opened up a triple threat match for the women's intercontinental title as in Becky Lynch defending with Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. This one first, and it was. What'd you think?
All right, thanks, Greg. WrestleRam, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I'm glad they started off with this match. Not only because I picked it, but I thought it would be a good match to start off Evolution with. These three good women. I mean, every time you get them in the ring, they just tear down the house. It was amazing. I mean, Bayley has a issue with Becky, and she has an issue with Lyra. Lyra has an issue with Becky and Bayley, and it kind of all came full circle in this triple threat match. I'm glad to see WWE kept the title on Becky. I think she's got a couple more title defenses in her. Who they're gonna have her eventually lose it to, I don't know. But yeah, as far as opening up the premium live event of the second all women's PLE, I thought this was a good way to start it off. I gave it an A.
Okay. Yeah, I really thought this was a good match. I'll agree with you on most of what you said. The crowd, I mean, the crowd gave a standing ovation before the match even started. And then Bayley, took Lyra down and threw her out. And then we got Bayley and Becky kind of started off. And it immediately turned into a fast-paced match that never slowed down. I thought the match went over 20 minutes. It only went like 16 minutes and change. It was an entertaining contest with all three competitors giving it their all. The crowd chanted, "This is awesome," a couple times. And the way Lynch tried to pin both women at the same time was kind of unique. They all had their moves that they did. One thing I criticized WWE for is I understand you had everything set up for Saturday's main event, but you back to regular entrance, because one of the best parts of Lyra Valkyria's entrance is when she can extend those rings all the way out. And it was so easy to walk with it. What the fuck happened? What's up?
Right.
The only thing that kind of got tired is there were several moments when someone would celebrate prematurely, only to end up getting hit by someone. But it was really, really noticeable here. That's the place where you almost saw them like looking over their shoulder and waiting for the pin to be broken up. There was at least one time when the referee kind of slowed her down a little bit. Just something that I noticed. The way that Becky Pin invaded was pretty creative. I've never seen that before. But yeah, Becky's still the champion. We'll have to. I mean, I would when my saw them this exact same match back at SummerSlam. I thought it was that good, but I didn't nearly as much as you. I gave it a B plus.
Okay.
After that, we then went to the NXT Women's Championship match, as it was JC Jane defending against Jordan Grace. Trivia.
Okay. Yeah, this match, I mean, I was surprised. Even though I picked her to win by pin, I was surprised JC Jane got the win. And we know the reason why she got the win. I'll get into that before I give you my grade. But, yeah, she's doing a lot better. JC Jane is doing a lot better with this title than I thought she would. You know, they say, oh, she's always going around saying, oh, you're the most beatable champion. And, well, nobody's beaten her yet. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what's up. So, but yeah, I mean, I thought it was an okay match. Unfortunately, Jordan Grace lost the match because of Blake Monroe turning on her and hitting her in the back of the head with the title belt, and you know maybe she'll join Fatal Influence. I don't know. Maybe they'll have a fourth member. You never know. But I thought it was a good match for the women's title. I gave it a B plus.
Yeah, I don't think there's any chance of Blake Monroe joins.
Oh, okay.
Because right now, JC Jane and Fallon Henley are kind of trying to decide who's the leader of Fatal Influence. They end up play backseat to either one of them.
Yeah, true.
What was your grade? I'm sorry again.
B plus.
We are so far off on this one. Yeah, I mean, this was barely okay for me. Jason Jane's supposed to be the heel, but she didn't use any of the dirty tactics to get the upper hand on a stronger, more powerful woman that you would expect a heel. And they were taken out by Blake Monroe when they tried to help JC Jane cheat. While there were some moments that looked good, there were several spots that didn't work out so well. I know there was a spot when Jordan Grace chopped JC Jane out of the turnbuckle, and it didn't go as planned. Jane kind of like hooked her leg over the top rope, and it took all the impact away from the move. So yeah, I mean, you know, Blake Monroe turning on Jordan Grace, yeah, whatever. I mean, stupid, dumb. You know, obviously they're just bringing her in for the crowd to cheer and that.
Right.
Showing true colors. So yeah, I mean, I didn't care much of this. I mean, you know, nobody's beating JC Jane. Oh God, she's had the title for barely over a month and a half. So like she's been batting it for 8 years.
Right.
Actually, I think this, I don't remember any other title defenses that she's had. As far as I can remember, this is her first title defense. So, yeah, I don't know what this dominant thing is, but yeah, she got the win underhandedly. Yeah, I give this a C.
Oh, okay.
What just happened?
No, that I was thanking Shannon on TikTok for the finger hearts that she gave me. Finger heart.
Oh, what the hell is that?
It's just a finger heart. That's all. Just snap the finger and.
After that, we then went to the fatal four-way match for the women's tag team championship. As it was the Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez taking on Sol Ruca, which is Ari and Sol Ruca. The collision winners, Asuka and Kairi Sane, and then the tag team of we're not best friends, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. I get to talk with this. And, you know, first, I think Cesaro and Sol Ruca are ready for the main roster. I really do. The way they perform in this match, I think they're ready for the main roster. Some of what Cesaro did outside the ring in this match, but more specifically outside the ring on SmackDown, and also at Great American Bash, shows me she's powerful enough, and I think so because athletic enough that they could be on the main roster right now, helping solidify the tag division. There's not enough eyes on NXT. They need to be in the main roster. Very interesting attire for Asuka. I don't know. I know they had the Riyadh season, which made no sense to me. Also, in the ring, Riyadh season when Saudi Arabia they typically don't. You don't go to Saudi Arabia for women.
Right.
The women fully dress up. So that's why Asuka was in the attire she was in. With so many people involved, it was really impressive how they managed to give everyone enough time to have their own moments or two.
Yep.
Not that everyone hit their mark on the multi-women sequences. It was an actual won't give as much credit as it deserved. And I think part of that is just because people really don't care about women's tag team division. And this match will go a long way. I like this new kind of attitude that Charlotte Flair has. You saw it in the ring. Alexa was definitely the most popular star of the match. She got the biggest pops whenever she was tagged in, whenever she hit her big move. In the end, surprising to me, Raquel Rodriguez and our new tag team partner Roxanne Perez in their first title defense were able to hold on to the titles. Like I said, I don't know. I mean, there's really not much more I can say. I'm just very curious whether they're going to keep Kairi Sane and Asuka together. They're still going to be on their singles run. But yeah, I think this is a solid B.
All right. Cactus Chris, thanks for joining, buddy. Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I mean, with all those people that were involved in that match, and they were still able to give everybody their own shot to shine in the match, I thought was really good. I do agree that Zarya and Sol Ruca, I believe, like you, are ready for the main roster. Charlotte, well, her new attitude, I think it was kind of funny when she was sitting in the corner and she had Alexa Bliss like this, and you could actually read her lips because Alexa said something to her, and Charlotte was like, "Don't worry, I got you." So, but yeah, I was surprised that Judgment Day did retain. Excuse me. So obviously, I think maybe they might have done that because that was the first time Roxanne Perez with the tag team title. So we'll just see where they're going to go from here with the title and everything. I gave it a B+.
Okay. After that, we then went to the matchup. Sorry, my thing is here for the WWE Women's Championship, as it was Trish Stratus taking on the champion Tiffany Stratton. There's an awful lot of TRIs there. Trish, Tiffany, Trip.
Right.
Trip, you're first.
Well, considering Trish Stratus is like 100 years old, I thought she did a great job in this match. I really wasn't expecting her to win, but she did put up a good performance. Tiffany Stratton is, I think they said on the side of the screen last night when she was coming down, it was like her 6th title defense or something.
Yeah, she's defended her title more than anybody else.
Yeah, so it's like, okay. I mean, she definitely has been defending that title, which is good. And I enjoyed the match. I mean, kudos to Trish Stratus for, being around as long as she has and can still go in the ring. I thought that was a really good match. She wanted to showcase Tiffany's talents a little bit more, and she did. I thought it was a great match. I mean, I don't think we're going to see them going at it again, but
No.
right. Yeah, and kudos to the both of them. I gave it a B.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously Tiffany had the size and the power advantage over the 49-year-old Trish Stratus, who for a 49-year-old is so amazing, shit. The match wasn't bad, but it felt very, very rehearsed at times. It lacked that urgency expected a title bout. I mean, it got more competitive as the match went on, but it's just missing something. I don't know if I mean, it was really popular with the fans. I thought we saw a glimpse of it that maybe Tiffany would be back to a heel when she brought up the, I was trying to find your matches on a VHS. I think eventually she's going to have to go back to being a heel. She's just too perfect for that role to keep the babyface for too much longer. The satisfaction that Trish did from the ring apron to the floor looked really good. But other than that, it was just an entertaining match that if you're watching it this Friday on SmackDown, it would have just been an okay match then too. I think it's with utmost respect. This is the worst match of the night. I gave it a B minus.
Okay.
After that, we then went to the No Holds Barred against two former friends, Jade Cargill against Naomi, with the impartial, properly, quote-unquote, dress referee, Bianca Belair. Last time she was a guest referee, she came out in this bikini-looking thing. At least this time she had on a referee shirt. I get to go first for this one, and I mean, doing to start finding weapons under the ring, using them on each other. I know at one point, we had the trash can over Naomi, and Jade Cargill did her, kick pump into that. I mean, they only attacked Jade Cargill when she was coming down. And, she wanted to get thrown into from one barricade to the other. There was that time when kicked Jade Cargill into a TV monitor, and it created some sparks and smoke. I've never noticed a TV monitor on the announcer's desk before. So I guess that was something different. I don't know. Mark Schweiger under the ring looking at that monitor or something. I don't know what that would be there.
I don't know either.
Table, and then Jade Cargill hit Jaded from the middle of the rope to put Naomi through it, and wanted to get in the win. I know there was a one point Jade Cargill got tossed off the ring and went through a Slim Jim table, snapped into a Slim Jim. But one thing I really liked is they didn't need blood to make this match feel violent. So I thought that was very nice. I think that way to kind of keep it that kind of WWE branded PG/PG-13. But I thought this was a pretty decent hardcore match. I gave it a solid B.
Yep, I definitely agree. I mean, yeah, I mean, Naomi did get a little scratch up there on the nose that bled for a while, but yeah, I mean, this was good. They finally got their hands on each other. I was kind of thinking, I was kind of waiting for Bianca to get involved at some point, but she really didn't because nobody really went after her. So, but yeah, I mean, she nice, nice even 3 count when she was down, making the 3 count on for Jade, and I enjoyed the match. I was glad that these two women finally got a chance to settle their difference, and it was a good match. I gave it a B.
Okay. After that, we then went to the Women's Battle Royal. We had 20 competitors fighting for a world title shot at the Clash at Paris. Trib, you were up first.
Well, there's really not much you can say about a battle royal. It was 20 females. I think the right person won, Stephanie. I was surprised that the last one she eliminated was Lash Legend. I thought maybe it might have been somebody on the main roster, but that shows that she's ready for the main roster. Lash Legend. I mean, she hung in there with 20 of them, and yeah, it was just a regular average run of the mill battle royal with Stephanie coming out as the winner, and she gets the title match at Clash in Paris now. So that'll be interesting just to see that match. But yeah, I gave it a B.
Okay. Yeah, yesterday, that was a much more entertaining battle royal than I ever thought it was going to be. You agreed. But here it sounds like it was very, very just, I'm like a run-of-the-mill battle royal. I thought it was really entertaining. I really did. We saw some nice spots, some eliminations. Yeah, it did have some awkward moments, but that's because you have 20 women in the ring where they never really against each other or even, Tina Jackson isn't in getting tossed out in 30 seconds, but Nia Jax is pretty funny. It's hard to make a battle royal feel unique, but this one was good enough. We saw Lash Legend, like you said, show up, and she picked up Nia Jax, struggled to get her over the top rope. We had the lines between Nia Jax and Lash Legend. I know Chelsea Green went deep in. She was one of the final five. Elevated to the final four. Kalani Jordan was she was amazing in this match. That was her quote-unquote audition for the main roster. I think she passed for flying colors. I know we say that the reason why NXT is the best women's division is because it's the deepest from the top to the bottom. Well, I mean, we had Julia and Stephanie come to the main roster. I can right now easily three more right away, and that's Solu Kazari and Kalani Jordan. This young girl, this young lady, she only been doing this for 2 years, and some of the things she did in there, I really thought this was, good. I give it a solid B.
All right, Greg, we have our first question of the night from Nick. He said, who's winning the gauntlet?
What gauntlet?
The gauntlet match on Raw tonight.
We're not talking Raw
right. We are talking...
Why did you interrupt me with that question? Why don't you just leave a point to him and say, listen, we're not talking Monday Night Raw right now. We're going to talk about that maybe in a few minutes.
Okay.
I don't. Do you?
What's that?
I don't even know who's in the gauntlet. Do you?
I think it's...
You think I want thing.
Penta, Jey Uso, CM Punk, Braun Breaker, and I can't remember the other one.
LA Knight.
LA Knight.
And then we have a singles matchup: Nikki Bella versus Chelsea Green on Raw. Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. Back.
Was that one of your good followers that asked that question?
Yeah. No, he's the guy that's in here all the time.
Okay. After that, we went to the main event of the evening, as was Io Sky. My screen jumped on me. Io Sky defending her world title match, women's world title against Rhea Ripley. So this match, I get to go first, so right into it. This match started slow, and they paced themselves with some simple exchange to the point where I was almost like saying, okay, really, this is where you're there for a main event from these two. You know, they took a moment early on to show each other respect before they really started getting into it, throwing strikes. You know, when it really, really turned the corner was when Jessica Carr got taken out, and then it became a local part, anything goes. They were all over the arena. I think at one point they went back and ate some nachos and had a hot dog. They went everywhere throughout the arena. And somebody to top them out. At one point, Io Sky climbed to the top of some crates and about 20 feet up in a crossbody that kind of took both of them out. It had a lot of physicality. We both looked like two of the top competitors in the entire company. Then towards the end, so close to the end, and had Io Sky set up Jessica Carr was coming back, back to life. We heard the kick out of an over the moon moonsault and looked like she was about to make a comeback. And then I swear to you on everything, on my father's ashes right over there. I was literally just about to pick up my phone and say, this would be a great time for Naomi to cash in. And that little fucker came down, cashed in, threw Rhea Ripley out of the ring, into the ring post, did the little whatever, 2 minutes back to the off of the corner, and then get the holy shit moment that you want in any PLE that you're ever going to see. I thought, as much as I hate that Naomi is now the world champion, I love the way they did it. What this time the woman's going to fail? It's not this time. Naomi's not a champion. She's now on Raw, which gives us a whole nother, maybe they did this because they kind of live and they kind of wanted them to, speak up. If that's all they call, that was great. I think the platform looked awesome because for those who don't know, Jessica Carr is working and evolved as an in-ring competitor, so she knows how to take a good vote. I love this. So it was a great way to end the game with an A-.
Okay. Yeah, I enjoyed this match as well. Like you said, they started off slow, and then they really kicked it into gear after that. And like you said, they were just all over the arena after Jessica Carr got knocked out. Because I'm sitting there like, wow, didn't anybody ever hear of a count out? And then I realized there's no referee to do the count. So just let them go at it. And I was really surprised that Naomi did cash in. I thought she would have cashed in on on Tiffany. But
that was the great swerve about it.
Yep. And I just thought that it was I thought it was a really good match. Congratulations goes to Naomi on becoming the new women's champion. And we'll just have to see where she's going to go from there with the title and who's next for her. That's what I think. So, but overall, I thought it was a good way to end the show. I gave it an A.
Yeah.
Overall, I gave it a solid, a very very high B plus. Very.
Yeah, I put a B plus as well. I'm not gonna lie to you right now, because once again, when we do our year-end awards, I never consider one of the big four as my premium live event of the year. So right now, this is in the running for premium live event of the year for me.
Okay. So, yeah, so that was our Great American Bash and Evolution recap from this past weekend. Greg, anything else?
No, I guess that's it.
We don't have a Seth Rollins announcement, or
You want to end the show, so
no? That doesn't mean I'm ending the show. I'm just asking you if you want to talk about anything else. I'm not going to come up and say, "Oh, well, geez, let's talk about." Is there anything else you want to?
Usually when you say anything else, that means you want to end the show, and that's usually when we end the show.
Nope, I don't want to end the show right now. We got more to talk about. Let's go ahead.
Well, I mean, there hasn't any official word put out, but it is believed that Seth Rollins will be out up to 5 months with a knee injury. I think that's good news because that means it's not a torn ACL, which will put it out from 9 to 12, as we just saw Charlotte Flair out for 13 months.
Yep. So.
I think that's it. You're obviously on your computer.
I was on YouTube.
Right, we're talking. Whatever. That's fine. We can end the show now.
This is going off. This is off. This is off to end the stream. Jeez, I was adjusting the stream.